Hello everyone and welcome to another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube.
Today I'm bringing you the story of a desk. It's a highly reputable desk and it has a lot to say for itself. It seems the FBI are after me. Do I A, run and hide, or B, ask you all to bake cakes with files in and send them to me? Option A may not work because the FBI tell me you cannot hide from us or be hidden under our 24/7 surveillance. Oh my word, what am I going to do? And where did all this start? Almost a month ago, Dr. Gray Watson wrote to say, I guarantee that this will be executed under a very legitimate arrangement. That's comforting, so I read on. He told me he had a client who shared the same surname as me. He was a citizen of my country and he worked in London. And then went on to tell me that in August 2016, his client, his wife and their 3 children were involved in a car accident on the Manchester Express Road. Everybody in the vehicle unfortunately lost their lives. I'm not going to make one of my usual jokes about that, because often these scammers use real incidents to try to gain their victims' sympathy. Mr. Watson, of course, has tried really hard to find relatives of the deceased, but he's failed, and so he wants me to stand as next of kin. There's a cool $20 million involved, and he'll share it with me, 60% for him, 35% for me, and 5% for expenses. Oh, and would I please send him my full identity details, including my name, phone, company name, position, address, profession, age, marital status, working ID and international passport? Probably not, no. Hello, Dr. Watson, wrote back my alter ego, Celia. My name is Celia, and my address is... And she gave him a completely made-up address and said, I'm a cleaner. She said, what do I have to do? And she said, I think we should be splitting the money 50-50. This scammer certainly has a unique style for writing his email. All of them included the answer to the question in the subject line, even when he magically became Morgan Chase Bank instead of solicitor. And also, somewhere in the body of the email, he quoted the question that I'd asked. He also felt the need to tell me that Liverpool was in Liverpool. So Mr. Watson wrote back, saying splitting the money 50-50 as suggested is hereby accepted. So asking, what do I have to do, is to contact the paying bank by sending email to the bank with the below contact details. So Celia did as instructed and emailed the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, whose email address was jpmorganchase072@gmail.com. And just to be clear as we go through this has absolutely nothing to do with JP Morgan Chase. So Jamie Dimon wrote back, heading his email, from the high esteem office of and the reputable desk of Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan Chase & Co. I've never met Jamie Dimon, but I'm sure he'd be pleased to know that he's held in such high regard. So my pal Jamie told me that I was required to get back to us with the following for the wire transfer of my funds into my bank account. All Celia needed to do was send her full name and address, her confidential telephone and cell phone number, the name of her bank, the address of her bank account number, its routing number and its SWIFT code. That'll be another no then. So Celia wrote back and said my name is Celia and my address is, made up address again, and saying I can't access my bank account as my husband left me 3 weeks ago and he's changed the passwords. If I get the money sent to the account, he'll steal it all. Can you set up an account at your bank for me, please? So the high esteem office of and the reputable desk of my pal Jamie wrote back, note that your email response was well acknowledged. You might start to see a theme developing here. And we, the management, will open in your name a Chase account for you and then send you your account Chase ATM debit card for use in accessing your Chase account. Therefore, they said, we want you to provide the below information so that we will successfully open an account in your name. Name, address, phone number, date of birth, marital status, occupation, company name and nationality. That'll be yet another no. So Celia wrote back and said my name's Celia, giving her previous made-up address and saying I'm a cleaner. So my pal with a highly esteemed office and a very reputable desk wrote back and said, note that your email with your personal information that will enable us, the management board of JP Morgan Chase & Co. to open an account with us was well received. and then unsurprisingly, after a few paragraphs of blurb, added, "Therefore, for your total funds $20 million to be credited into your account above, your account need to be activated with a security and refundable deposit of $550. Celia wrote back and said, "Can I write you a cheque for the $550? Our man then developed a severe case of the doubles, sending each message twice. And the Reputable desk wrote back saying, "Note that your email response asking, 'Can I write you a cheque for the $550? Was well noted. And you cannot write a cheque for the $550. Rather, the $550 will be sent to us through bank transfer via the approved certified account details that will be confirmed and provided to you." Celia wrote back, "I don't have to tell you what she said, because the highly esteemed office and Reputable desk is going to tell you for me." They replied, "Note that your email response was well acknowledged. Therefore, since you asked by stating, 'Can you send me the account details please so I can pay?' then below is the approved account details to transfer the money $550 as shown below," giving the details of a Citibank account. The CEO of JP Morgan Chase. Actually, they sent the complete bank details of a money mule. Celia tried ever so hard to make the payment, honestly, but finally she had to write to her pal and say, "Can you help me make the payment? I can't get the payment to go through from my online account." The desk, with a serious case of repetition, wrote back, "Note your email response was well acknowledged." And asking, "Can you help me make the payment?" the answer is no, because the bank policy does not me or any staff of the bank to pay the fee on your behalf. So since you stated that I can't get the payment to go through from my online account, then go to your bank in person and make the transfer directly from your account from the bank. By then, the desk had developed that serious case of the doubles I told you about earlier. So Celia wrote back and said, "Why are you sending me each email twice?" If you've been following my channel recently, you'll know I like to add a question to each video. So, why was the desk sending each email twice? So the highly esteemed desk, or Reputable desk, or whatever it is, wrote back and said, "Note that your email response asking, 'Why are you sending me each email twice?' is to ensure emphatic acknowledgement. However, if you are not comfortable receiving each email twice, then sending the email once will be applied." And you have no idea how many times it took me to record that without laughing. Celia replied, "And as before, I don't have to tell you what she said, because that desk is going to tell you for me." It said, "Note that your email response stating, 'I emphatically acknowledge that I received your email, once is fine,' was well noted. Therefore, when will you be sending the activation fee $550 to activate your new Chase account?" Celia decided to ignore the desk, and a couple of days later received the first email from the FBI saying, "We, the FBI Headquarter Division, Washington, D.C., made a routine visit to the management board of JP Morgan Chase & Co., today being Saturday the 6th of March 2021, and we were briefed that you have not yet sent the fee $550 needed, despite the fact that the bank sent you an email with the subject stating, 'When will you be sending the activation fee $550 to activate your new Chase account?' And that email was sent to you on Thursday the 4th of March 2021. Celia wrote back, and the desk is now retired for a lie down, so I'm going to have to tell you what she said. She said, "Mr. Ray, sir, why is this anything to do with the FBI? I was under the impression your business was investigating serious crimes, not wondering why random people haven't paid $550. Especially as this business transaction is between myself, a UK resident, and Messrs McDougall and Associates, a UK firm of solicitors." The spelling of associates is theirs, not mine. The FBI wrote back and said, "We, the FBI Headquarter Division, Washington, D.C., acknowledge your email and note that our oversight function and operational jurisdiction is not only restricted to investigating serious crimes. Rather, it also involves maintaining oversight function and operational jurisdiction on high net worth transaction with huge funds magnitude like yours from being abandoned to the bank. So bear it in mind that we, the FBI, will continue to exercise our oversight function and operational jurisdiction between you and the bank until you have your funds successfully received from the bank. On this note, we require your absolute compliance with the bank by successfully activating your new Chase account. Celia still didn't make the payment, and the FBI still weren't happy. They wrote to her to say, "Let it be known to you that enough of the delay to send the activation fee $550 to the bank to activate your new Chase account. Note that if you fail to send the activation fee of $550 as soon as possible, then we, the FBI, will take action on this without any further delay. Furthermore, failure to send the activation fee, $550, will result in the activation of the penalty clause of your funds, as well as the enforcement of the penalty clause on you, the beneficiary of the funds. So do not allow us to implement the activation of the penalty clause of your funds, because once the penalty clause is activated, there is no going back in its enforcement." Celia ignored them again, and a week later received another email from the FBI saying, "Don't be deceived that by deliberately ignoring emails sent to you will stop us from completing our statutory oversight function between you and the bank. Therefore, you may deliberately decide not to respond to our emails, but you cannot hide from us or be hidden under our 24/7 surveillance oversight from enforcing the penalty clause on you for deliberately abandoning your funds with the bank once the penalty clause is activated. Our statutory oversight function will be completed, irrespective of your silence and continuous ignoring of the emails sent to you."
I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube.